Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Ready to Love Season 9. Y'all already know if you've been here before. Episode 6, Closed Mouths Don't Get Fed. Y'all, I'm going to just say this. I don't think this season is giving love connections, but it's definitely giving entertainment, okay? There's a lot to talk about. Let's get into it. I know I'm late with some reviews. I'll be doing Sisters this weekend, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and let me know if y'all want us to discuss Love is Blind. Let's get caught up on Love is Blind because the new season is out. So I want to talk about it with y'all. But we're not here for that. We're here for Ready to Love. Let's get into it. If you enjoyed the video, please check out my other content. Please like the video, hit the subscribe. It helps out a ton, okay? So, as expected, we pick up where we left off last week, and Koshia was eliminated. Now, I know some people were saying, oh, they give out all these spoilers. I don't recall seeing Mika in any spoilers, but I just knew that Koshia was going home. Like, that's what it was given. So I didn't need to see no spoilers. I knew Koshia was about to go. So the power is back in the ladies' hands. And we have our first date. It's with Rashina and Justin. They go salsa dancing. She says Chaz is her strongest connection, but Justin is right underneath. He's number 2. And I'm like, how does Chaz feel? Does Chaz know this? Are you Chaz's strongest connection? I wasn't aware. I didn't know. But okay. So he said he's nervous, but they dance. They're flirting. They're talking. This week is a non-negotiable type of week. So everybody's asking, what's your non-negotiables? It's like, it don't flow naturally, though. It's just like, yeah, I know we weren't talking about anything that had to do with this, but what are your non-negotiables? Like, wait, what? But okay. So Rashina said her non-negotiable is communication, and she said closed mouths don't get fed. He did some, I don't know if it was like sexual innuendos. Like, he was like, oh, well, my mouth stay open. Like, where are we going with this and why? Okay. I still feel like he's telling the ladies what they want to hear. I don't see it. I don't see it with him and Rashina. I don't. I think he's just there because he wants to stay on the show. I don't think he dislikes her, but I don't see a romantic connection at all. I just don't. Moving on, we have Alexis and Chaz. They getting, some drinks, some food, and she immediately starts gossiping about her disdain for Koshia. Why? Asking him how he felt about her getting eliminated. Why does it matter? She's not here anymore. I don't understand why Koshia was mentioned. And he's like, yeah, I felt a way. Like, she was so upset. She's like, I didn't feel no way. Like, girl, we here for y'all date. This is y'all first date. He's supposed to be getting to know you, not knowing how you feel about somebody who's not even here. Child. Anyway, I don't know. I tried initially. I do not see it for Alexis. I just don't. Now I'm gonna give an unbiased review. So if I agree with something she says, I'm gonna say it. But do I see it for Alexis? No, I don't. I just, me and Pick Me's just we don't see eye to eye. Like, we don't. I don't identify with it. I can't grasp it. I can't wrap my mind around. Her. Everybody's not a girl's girl, fine. But being a Pick Me is something about it. I don't know. I don't understand it. But they get to their non-negotiables. He says his is cheating, and she gonna agree with him because that's just what she do. I'll give her this. I think she playing the game. I don't even know if she like any of these guys, to be honest. She might not like none of them. But one thing she's doing is playing the game, okay? She got all of them thinking that she's their top connection. We don't know who her top connection is. We're going to get into that a little later. So Patrice, Vanessa, William, and Alonzo go on a date. It looks like they was getting sushi or Japanese food. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But that's what it looked like. Not only did Alonzo miss the mark with the all black, everybody had on all black, dressed in all black like an omen. And here he come with this Hawaiian flowery shirt on. Like, where did you think you were going? And then he doesn't know how to use chopsticks. Neither do I, but he was just sitting there just hungry, like not eating. Like, I would have just picked up a fork and continued on with my food. So both guys are chatting with Patrice, and he's trying to include Vanessa. Like, he'll try to turn to her, ask her a question or two, but she's feeling a little neglected. Like, she's feeling left out, like she the third wheel. Alonzo's making it clear that he wants Patrice. Okay, he like, you the one I want. Well, obviously, I don't see him connecting with anyone else. I know initially when the show first, or when we got to his mixer, I think he said he liked Rashina. I haven't seen him talk since, so I don't know. They discuss non-negotiables. Alonzo says he has none. That's concerning for me. Like, there's nothing, anything else, anything. You don't have not one thing that's like, nope, I'm not bending the rules on that one. Nope, I don't have no boundaries for that. Like, nothing. I don't know. What's that about? I need more answers. But they moved on past that. William talks about him being adopted. And, they didn't know that. This was their first time hearing it. So, he talks about his relationship with his kids. That's great. Especially because Vanessa and Patrice are both mothers, so they can relate to that. Then he mentioned that he is heavily into fitness. Who knew? But I mean, the way I could tell he know how to handle that basketball. I did see that. He said he stayed in the gym. And Vanessa was like, well, if you're always in the gym, how would you have time for your children and me and mine? It's like, how would you have time for a relationship and a family? Girl, people go to the gym every day and still. He didn't say he said he's heavily into fitness, but he might be going an hour every day. Like, you didn't ask no further questions. You just said, oh, you in the gym every day? It's enough for me. Like, really? You didn't want to? Because if he's just going to the gym for like an hour out of the day, that's not taking up that much time. Like, I don't think that's a deal breaker. But okay. So he tells Vanessa that he tried to text her. She didn't respond. He had the wrong number. But during that time, they lost their connection. The connection they had on their last date, they lost it because they didn't talk. That's understandable. Child, that's like in my Love and Hip Hop Miami review. If you hear me breathing all heavily, it's because my chest is tight and I'm having a little trouble breathing. But child, I had to get this review out, okay? So you just gonna have to just ignore it and bear with me because I'm trying to breathe for y'all, okay? So Vanessa, I wouldn't mind if her or Mika went. It's like, usually they be trying to keep like the feisty people to get close to the end for entertainment. It seems like they starting to let them folks go early on, but will we have the entertainment all the way throughout? Vanessa and Mika, for me, don't give a lot of personality. Especially Vanessa. She never engaged. I never thought she would give that. But when you're not giving no personality and you don't have no connections, it might be time to go. Mika, well, I mean, she's connecting with Chaz, but who ain't? Anywho, Mika and Dominique have a date, and only the Lord himself knows why. Why are we doing this? For what? What is the reason? They discuss non-negotiables, and Mika admits that initially he was not her type. She thought he was too short. She wants someone with a sense of humor. Even though her personality has been bland on the show, maybe there's something that we're just not seeing. Maybe it's because of her lack of interest in the men, and that's why she's coming off so bland. But she's not this way around men that she likes. I don't know. She was giggling a little more on this date, and Dominique didn't even really say nothing funny. So, he wants someone who can cook. She basically told him he got a decision to make because she don't want kids. And she did say more than once that she has never been so in love with a man that he made her want to consider having more children. So he took that and ran with it. Like, oh, well, if that's the reason why, I mean, I could change your mind. Like, I can be the one. I can be the one that makes you want to have more children. She's open to it. She says she's not open to it, sir. Don't try to change her. Instead of trying to change her mind, and then either you're going to change her mind, she has a child, it doesn't work, there's resentment, there's strife, resentment towards you, resentment towards the child, resentment towards herself. Or she doesn't have the child, you mad that she wasted time thinking you could change her mind. It just don't even make sense. Go be with somebody who want to have children. I'm sure Alexis wouldn't mind. Okay. I'm sorry, I said what I said. Anyway, Mya and Justin have a date. After she twerked in front of him with her pajamas on, but they still had a pleasant date. I noticed that she makes a lot of eye contact with Justin. And I noticed that she didn't really make any eye contact with LaRon. I couldn't remember with William, but I noticed that she was like avoiding eye contact with LaRon, but she's making a lot of eye contact with Justin. So I don't know if it's like a nervous, shy, flirtatious thing and she looks away, or if it's like, I'm not really interested, so I'm not making eye contact. I don't know. It's hard to read her. She, like Alexis, is playing the game, in my opinion. They're both from Mississippi, even though Justin's been in Dallas for 100 years, child. He's been there his entire life, but okay. She said she'd been in Texas for like 6 months, or I don't know if it was the city or the entire state. I don't know. So he mentions, because she asked about him being a teacher, PE teacher, and he was like, yeah, with the middle school kids. He basically said the kids was bad. They be vaping, they be sexting. Child. My son is in middle school, so that got me nervous, child. That's old. Oh, please no. I'm not ready, even though he's already there. She told him, he asked her first who was her strongest connection, and she said William, and he was like, with them 3 kids. Child, that's a lot because she has none. So she was like, well, do you have any? They bonded over not having children, and he's made it very clear with Mya that he wants children. See what I said last week or even earlier? Whoever he's talking to, that's what he gonna say. Mya, I want to have kids. I want a lot of kids. I want to have kids like right now. Mika, I don't really want no kids. I'm fine too. If I come to grips with the fact that if I don't have no kids, it's okay. I don't like that. What's it gonna be? Stand on business. Say what you say and stand firm in it. If you want kids, and just say that. And if the woman you speaking to don't want none, then she's just not for you. And that's just what it is. Yeah, they both want long-term relationships, not situationships. Justin, be honest, please. Okay. So Rashina set up a body butter date with Will and Jonathan because she's connecting with them the least. And I think that's a smart idea. Let's get to know these people that we haven't really spoken to. I do wish another woman was there to kind of offset it. But I think the guys are doing great. They were participating in all of the activities at this body butter date. So, they were doing good there. It's time to for them to start talking though. And Rashina asking questions. So she asked the fellas and non-negotiables, of course. Willie mentions, he like, I like to drink my Hennessy. I like to sit, but we will worship our Lord and Savior. I need him to, I don't know. I want to get into his, how he feels about religion a little more because I feel like he brings it up when the time is right, when it sounds good. I want to talk about it a little more because Hennessy and then praise and worship don't really go hand in hand. So I want to discuss this. Jonathan gets all weird and he mentions not wanting a woman who smokes. And he's like, do you know how to change oil in your car? And she like, no. And he's like, see, that could be a non-negotiable. Like, was that supposed to be funny? I could pay somebody to do an oil change. What's your non-negotiable? Like, let's stop playing and get to it. He said he's very private. He don't want to get into it. If you don't want to open up, Jonathan, why did you sign up for this? Why are you doing this? Why are you on this process? Why are you dating anybody? You shouldn't date no one until you're ready to open up again. I just feel like he's hiding something. I don't know what it is. So after she asked him one question that was a general question for everybody, she asked Lil Willie the question. Let me not say that. She asked Will the question as well, and he just answered it. Jonathan got all weird and he was like, I gotta go, I gotta leave. No reason why. No family emergency over here, child. He just got to go. So it's just Rashina and Will. Will starts quickly running off the questions, rapid fire, boom, boom, bam, bam, bam. Okay, back to back to back. Like it wasn't flowing. He didn't give her a chance to ask a question in return. Like he's like, oh, have you? She's like, this process is new. We're dating all these guys at once, and he was like, have you dated multiple men at the same time before? She's like, yeah, I had a hot girl summer a couple years ago. I went on a few dates with people. I'm single. And he's like, well, what's a few years? A couple last year, 6 months ago, and she's like, a couple is 2. Like he didn't give her an opportunity to be like, okay, and have you dated women, multiple women at one time? And like he didn't even give her an opportunity before more questions came out. Just like with April and Lamar, And even like with Mika and Jonathan, when she asked, I think Mika was just getting to the bottom of things. I'd say more so April and Lamar, where she was asking those questions back to back to back to back. Even though Lamar said it at that way, because he's like, oh, answer next, answer next, answer next. But she like, look, I'm trying to answer them. Rashina like, I'm trying to answer these questions as best as I can. But I mean, you're giving them to me, okay? Sheesh. It's not flowing naturally. It's definitely giving an interview. He was like, oh, am I? Yeah, you are. It's her date. Like, let her ask some questions as well. It should be mutual. It should be a mutual flowing conversation. But it is her date. Maybe she has some questions she wanted to ask and she didn't get a chance to ask them. So we get to Tommy's Lounge and the ladies discuss their dates. Alexis mentions almost kissing Chaz. That annoys some of the women. They're supposed to talk about their dates, so that's fine. I will say I don't see the point of mentioning that y'all almost kissed. Like, what was the point? Why did you bring that up? Almost. I guess just to let us know how intense the connection is after one day. All your days intense after the one day, okay? So the ladies deliberate. Vanessa, she put William in the bottom. I guess him not calling the right number messed that up. A few other ladies agree. They say he in the friend zone. Alexis put Jonathan in the bottom. Good decision. I kind of wish she was a little more clear on it when we gonna get there. So the ladies feel like he's hiding something. He got to go. And they're also not feeling Will. Patrice calls out Alexis for telling Will what was said in the ladies' lounge. She like, I know you had to have said something because he came up and asked me directly about him sleeping on the floor. The whole thing was because when she mentioned it, she did mention he said he was leaving his apartment or wherever. So I never thought he was homeless. Like, I always felt like he had somewhere to live. I thought he was just cheap, like too cheap to get a hotel. But okay. But she was like, he asked me directly, so you must have said something. Alexis was like, I can't control how he reacts. But they was like, that's not the point. The point is that you told him in the first place. He shouldn't even have anything to react to. Had you not told him, he wouldn't be reacting to anything. I do see both sides. Alexis seems like she's been running information back all along, and the ladies are sick of it. Tommy already said what happens in the lounge stays in the lounge. It never stays in the lounge. Be clear. However, in this specific situation, Alexis did not actually, she brought up what was said. She didn't need to bring that up, but she didn't mention Patrice's name. She didn't say Patrice's name. And I feel like Will knew all along who said it, but he went on this hunt, this investigation to try to get down to the bottom of it. He didn't just ask Patrice. He asked a whole bunch of women who said it until he figured out that it was Patrice. So Alexis did not say her name. She didn't throw her under the bus. Will went on his own and asked to try to get down to the bottom of it and figure it out. So she didn't do anything wrong in that instance. I mean, she could have just not even mentioned it at all. Patrice could have just not even mentioned that at all. Because, I mean, unless he's actually a homosexual, then that's a little different. But that was too vague. Like, we're not really sure. And he's not going to admit, like, yeah, I'm a homosexual. I just be sleeping on floors. Like, we could have left that out altogether. So Tommy throws a curveball because he like, y'all mentioned 3 men, so 2 men are getting eliminated tonight. We got to get it even because we had Layla left, and then they still had a woman get eliminated. So we got to make it match, okay? So Vanessa, this should be easy. Anywho, Vanessa meets with Will. Mya meets with William, and Alexis with Jonathan. Jonathan immediately begins apologizing for what he did. She was like, it's water under the bridge. I ain't tripping off that. And then she goes into what the ladies dislike about him, his sneaky ways. They feel like he's hiding something. Is your ex-wife your baby mama? Why does your ex-wife still want you? Does she still want you? I'm feeling like she probably don't even want him. He just think that. Like, what are you saying that would make her think she has a chance with you? Like, I don't, like, it's just too fuzzy. It's up in the air. But I kind of wish she was like, look, I don't like this, that, and the other. Like, okay, period. Not the ladies feel or some of the ladies, me, I don't like it. So Will was eliminated. He handled it well. Much better than I thought he would. I guess he knows whoever's for him is not there. He said, look, I got Alexa's phone number. I could just text her from the house. Jonathan was also eliminated. Didn't I tell y'all? And I'm sure y'all probably felt the same way. I said one of these two gonna be the next two to go for the men. I didn't think it was gonna be in the same night, but I knew these two would be the next two to go. Now, next week, I think it's going to be between Mika and Vanessa. One of them going to go. It really could be Rashina too, but because Chaz has so many connections, I think it should be Vanessa. But we'll see how next week go. Alexa starts getting teary-eyed because she had to let Jonathan go. And I'm like, girl, you were the first one to put him in the... See, this is what I'm talking about. She made the right decision. She put him in the bottom like she should have. And then she starts crying like, oh, it's just hurt so bad. And he's like, oh, I'll talk to you later. And it's like, why is the door cracked? Why is the door cracked for him to come in? Why are you giving him space and opportunity after what he did to you, girl? I don't understand. You don't know nothing about this man because he's keeping everything close to the vest. Like, okay, he's keeping it a secret, but he felt comfortable enough to straddle you on top of him. And you're in tears for what? For somebody you don't even hardly, for why? Why are you shedding tears? I don't understand what's going on here. But anyway, I'm like, that validated him, made him feel like somebody really cares when he should have just been gathering his things and going. Whatever. Alexis, girl, we got work to do, girl. We got work to do. Yeah. William stayed. I think Mya, she may like him. I don't know if I see them dating after the show though. But next week, we didn't really see Lamar this week, but we didn't see him at all, matter of fact. But we gonna see him next week because it seems like he's trying to get Alexis up out of there. Child, let the games begin. I will see y'all in the next one. Let me know what y'all think about this episode. Drop down, leave a comment. Let me know you stopped by. Be sure to like, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.